I'm very passionate about film. I've worked in the film and television industry in Toronto for 22 years now, and I've been going to TIFF films since the 80s, since I moved to Toronto. But I have these things called migraines, and that got in the way. Migraine got in the way of a lot of life. My whole family suffered from migraine. My older sister does, my younger brother does. It was in our family. My first recollection of having a migraine attack, I was 14 years old and I was in high school. I don't even know if I would have called it a migraine. I probably called it a very bad headache. Did I talk to anyone about it? Never. Did I go to my doctor about it? No. I learned to live with it, but never ever did I consider to ask for help.
Migraine is probably the most common brain disorder that exists amongst people. So about 1 billion people in the world are affected. And there's a lot of stigma from having migraine that people often don't want to disclose to friends, to family, to employers that they have migraine because it's often being seen as just a headache. But the truth is that migraine is the second most disabling condition that exists in terms of what we call years lived with disability.
Sometimes I felt like a bit of a freak. Why am I the only one who spends 3 days straight in a row in bed? I tried to do things to stop it, but I could never ever control when I got migraine. There have been family summer picnics I've missed. There have been concerts I've missed. I mean, you name it, and I probably had to cancel on it, no matter what it was. I had to be the one that bailed. That happened all the time, week after week, month after month, year after year.
What I commonly see is it can take years sometimes to actually have someone be told you have migraine. There's tons of barriers when it comes to diagnostic delay. For example, living in a rural community where they may just not have access or knowledge, so people may not understand what migraine is.
My nephew got married in July of 2017, and I missed his wedding. So the following week, I went back to my doctor, and I said, I have had enough. I cannot do this anymore. In 8 weeks, I had an appointment at the headache clinic with a nurse practitioner. The first day I saw her, I was given this chart with these detailed categories. Like it was intense. I took it very seriously. It was a job for me. And it changed my life.
The truth is that many people, not all, but many, will improve with treatment. And the more types of treatments we have available, the more chance we have to help and improve the lives of more and more patients. There's actually some newer treatments coming out that act on a chemical called CGRP, or calcitonin gene-related peptide, which we know is an important driver of migraine.
I found the right treatment when I was under the care of a nurse practitioner. I had been tracking my migraine with her for a year, so we had quantifiable proof that I was a candidate for this CGRP medication. And for me, that changed everything. I'm someone who almost lives without migraine. I still get it, but I'm able to manage it much, much better. My sick days at work are no longer up here. I'm not the person that cancels anymore. It's important to have open and honest communication with your healthcare team because they can only help you as much as you help them.
When you're managing any kind of chronic illness, we have to make sure that we are communicating with one another. Physicians and providers need to be honest with patients about what we can do and what we can't do. And patients need to make sure they're forthcoming about, what they're taking, how often they're taking it, are they tracking their headaches? And, the truth is having a good relationship with your healthcare team can really help improve outcomes.
So from that kid at 14 in that high school hallway who had a searing migraine to today, I'm in a much better place. And there's a few reasons for that. Number one is I'm a patient in a headache clinic. I'm on a treatment plan that's customized for me And I think in 2022, I am finding a community of other people who experience migraine. It can get better. I am proof of that.